Some fans never thought it'd happen, but a few never lost faith. So what's the big Ahsoka cameo that's got everyone weeping into their blue milk?
This is where the fun begins.
We're halfway through Ahsoka, and episode 4 ends with the biggest twist of the show so far. If you paid any attention to the trailers or pre-release coverage, you probably expected Hayden Christensen's Anakin Skywalker to pop up at some point. But Fallen Jedi brings him face to face with his old Padawan in a huge way. So how did we get here, and what does it all mean? After crash landing on Cetos, Ahsoka, Sabine, and Huyang continue their mission to stop Morgan Elsbeth from locating Grand Admiral Thrawn. With her massive hyperspace ring completed and the magical map to Thrawn's location in a neighboring galaxy open, Morgan seems all set to bring the Chiss strategist back and start the war all over again. While the map hones in on the final coordinates for the journey, Ahsoka and Sabine cut a swath through Morgan's forces. Ahsoka makes short work of the mysterious Marok and dulls Balin's skull for the map, while Sabine faces off against Shin Horti. In the end, Balin knocks Ahsoka off a cliff and convinces Sabine to surrender the map. The whole group launches into hyperspace, except for Ahsoka, who awakens in a mysterious, ethereal place. And then she hears two little words that only one man would ever say. We don't see what happens to Ahsoka after Balin knocks her into the sea. What we do know is where she winds up, sort of. The most likely explanation is that Ahsoka has fallen into the World Between Worlds, a mystical force realm outside of time and space that she briefly visited in Star Wars Rebels. Perhaps the magic on Cetos opened a gateway to the dimension, just like how Ezra opened one to save Ahsoka from Darth Vader in Rebels. Or maybe her arrival there is true divine intervention, some kind of cosmic correction to keep her on her path. Regardless, Anakin's involvement in the scene marks an important moment in Star Wars history. Christensen's version of the character has never interacted with Ahsoka before, as she doesn't appear in any of the Star Wars prequels. However, their relationship has become one of the defining features of Anakin's character. Their reunion no doubt makes for a powerful moment for longtime fans, especially given that the last time they met in canon, they were fighting to the death.
I won't leave you. Not this time.
Here's the question though, what does the World Between Worlds mean for the second half of Ahsoka? Well, for one thing, it presents an opportunity for Ahsoka and Anakin to reconcile. It's possible that Anakin has some deeper knowledge of what's going on in the cosmos that could help Ahsoka stop Thrawn. More likely though, he'll help her navigate some of her personal baggage to reconnect with herself and the Force. Since Rosario Dawson started playing the character in The Mandalorian Season 2, Ahsoka has felt much more closed off and stoic. That makes some sense given all that she's been through, but it's possible that Anakin can help her find her balance once more. If Ahsoka is in the World Between Worlds, she might also be able to hop on a shortcut to where Sabine, Balin, Morgan, and the others are all going. There's no reason to think the Force realm couldn't stretch across multiple galaxies, and since it allows its residents to travel through time, she could even get there before Morgan's hyperspace ring. Of course, that would require Ahsoka to control the magic within the dimension, something that's easier said than done. The truth is, very little has ever been revealed about the World Between Worlds. That means that Dave Filoni and the creative team of Ahsoka could use it for any number of reasons. It also makes the next 4 episodes kinda difficult to predict. One thing's for sure though, Sabine and the rest of the galaxy are in real danger if Thrawn begins his return to power. Balin has also alluded to some larger implications of the Grand Admiral's return, which given his Jedi training could be Force-related. To be honest though, most fans probably aren't thinking too hard about what comes next. The mere promise of Anakin and Ahsoka catching up in live action is enough to keep excitement high while we wait for episode 5. Let's just hope that the cameo is genuine and not some trick of the dark side. After all, in Star Wars, it's sometimes hard to know what's real.